Hi, I'm Mary Hayes. I work full-time as an intuitive counselor, a medium, and a direct channel. My work is very heartfelt. I take my work seriously, and I know people come to me at times of distress or loss or transformation, times when they're going through difficulties. I'm self-taught in what I do, and I know that's unusual in the industry. If you were to come to me for a session, I would ask you to prepare a list of questions and topics that you would like to discuss. And I'll tell you why I do it that way. One, it allows you to focus on what's of the most importance to you, and it keeps the work respectful, and it keeps it focused. When you come to see me, we sit down, we talk for a few minutes, and then I just ask you to start presenting questions or topics. And again, that allows you to be in control of our time together and focus on the most important things. And then I go into a very respectful, deep place, really within my beingness, within my soul, within my heart, to receive answers and insights. So I'd love to explain the difference between intuitive counselor, medium, and direct channel, because I know these aren't terms we use every day. And I will just say I tend to avoid the word psychic. In fact, I've never professionally used it, and personally I don't refer to it because I think it conjures up that old world negativity. I feel I'm ushering in a very new style, a very new approach that's direct, quick, respectful, and deep. So intuitive counselor, I work with my intellect, but primarily I work with my intuition, which I've honed since I was a little girl. I am an empath. I work with a lot of empaths, helping them manage their gifts, but I've always honed that ability within me, which I think it made it easier for my gifts to come to the surface. I mean, if you were to come to me for mediumship, for example, just so you know, I ask all of them to stay at a distance until you've invited someone in. I think our loved ones, our ancestors, are around us quite often. And so it can be a bit of a crowd, which is beautiful. I love that we have so much help coming in from what I refer to as the unseen world, the unseen realm. So, but most people I've learned through my many years of doing this work know who they want to hear from. There might be one or two people, but most people really have someone particular in mind. So that's the way I do my mediumship. So if you were to come in, for example, you would say, this is who I'd like to hear from. And it could be a pet, it could be a parent, it could be a best friend. I don't need to know the circumstances around their death. I just like to know the relationship and the first name. Then I'm quiet for usually a little less than a minute. I invite them in, I welcome them in, and they come in. And I've developed a system by where I pay attention to how close they are. Are they on your right side, the left side? It's a pretty complex system that I've evolved for myself, and all of that gives me information. And then again, I love questions. It helps us really focus on what's the most important to your heart. So you can say, I have a question for my father, and we'll go right there. And the beautiful thing to realize is when someone comes in from the other side, they're always honest. In all the years of doing this work, I've seen so many people leave, whether my group events or my office, finding the comfort they were hoping for, knowing that their loved ones in spirit are doing well, and just receiving enough information that they can find reassurance and put to rest whatever fears or concerns they might have had. So it's, again, such a privilege and an honor to do the work that I do, because I see years of fear, years of concern just literally drop off. So one of the other gifts that I have, again self-taught, is working as a direct channel. And that is different from being a medium or an intuitive counselor. So channeling, what happens literally, if you could imagine a beautiful group of angels coming in to say, hey, can we help? That's what happened to me literally a couple decades ago. This beautiful presence came to me and offered to work in assistance with me. So imagine if a beautiful group of angels showed up and said, we'd love to work directly with you. I'm honored to do this work, as I am all my work, but it is as though I take a back seat and I allow this beautiful presence to literally talk directly through me. I don't go into a trance state where I'm not present. I'm still part of the teamwork, but I've learned through the years to just defer to their wisdom quite literally. So for many years, really probably close to 20, I've offered group events where people can come that might not know what's a channel. And so I've always kept the price, reasonably priced so people can come, just be curious. You don't have to say anything. But what distinguishes, I think, my work from, again, many others, whether it's a seance or it's an evening with a channel, is everyone's afforded an opportunity to ask a question. So, an experience firsthand. And again, bringing groups together, we share in that collective consciousness. It's just a beautiful way for us to all come together and benefit from the wisdom that's being shared as much as benefit from the gathering together. So let's suppose you come to me, or someone comes to me, and they know they have a question to ask, but they're afraid to hear the answer. That's not at all uncommon. We might sense we need to make a change. Maybe it's an important change, and you kind of know you need to do it, but like, ooh, it's going to be difficult or scary and all those things. So again, I never come from a place of being demeaning. I have my own fears. I've made very scary changes in my life. Going into this industry was very scary. I gave up another career that I love, but I knew this was my calling. So I understand fears are legitimate. I'm never going to be like, oh, just think positive, don't worry. No, I honor if we're worried. Our feet are grounded in reality if we're having worries, but we don't want that to stop us from making important, inspired decisions. So you can probably feel the passion I have for the work that I do. And I would invite you to consider spending more time on my website or coming to one of my group events or coming to see me personally. I give you my solemn word to do everything that I possibly can to bring you the insights you're looking for, to bring you the connection you're looking for, and to welcome you into our community.